Picture the scene. You walk in to your local darts tournament. There's loads of practice boards and loads of players practicing, warming up. You get your darts out of your case, you go to the practice board and you start warming up. The next thing you hear over the microphone is board 3 is Sam Brack versus John Smith. You walk to board 3, you start warming up for your game. The next thing you hear on the microphone is please a reminder for any losers to stick around to mark the next game. Great, not a problem. You look to the left of the board, there's no digital scoring system. It's just a whiteboard and a pen. You've got to chalk the game. Now, you didn't want to lose the game before, and you want to lose even less now because you've got no idea on how to do darts maths and how to do it quickly. The amount of times I've been at a darts competition and seen people on the phone with darts counter open, typing the score, then writing it down because they have no idea how to do the maths quickly. If that sounds like you, this video is just for you. I'm gonna give you the easiest way to do darts maths that even a toddler can do. Really, really simple stuff. And by the end of it, you'll be able to mark games faster than typing it in on your phone. Let's get into it. Now, don't get me wrong, it's gonna take a little bit of practice, but after 10 minutes of following these simple rules that I give you, you'll be able to chalk like a pro, even if your maths is terrible. First thing to do, when you walk to the chalkboard, say to the players playing, look lads, I'm not the greatest chalker, just call your scores out. Now that little tip there will save you no end of time. It's really easy if the players are calling out tons and 140s, that's really simple stuff. When you're getting scores like 73, 85, 95, things can get a little bit complicated. So a lot of players will actually call the scores out for you. Just make sure they do that for you. They'll give you a few more seconds to do the quick maths you need to do. Second thing to do is have a little practice at the things I'm going to show you. So I want you to sit down, put YouTube on, put a game of darts on, any game you like, and just try and chalk one player in the match. When you get better and faster, you can then progress to chalking both scores in the match. And step number 3, just relax. Because if you get uptight, like when you're throwing darts, your brain will go a million miles an hour and you'll start making silly mistakes. A quick maths lesson. Now this is the way they teach you to do it at school, the basic subtraction. My way is slightly quicker, but I'm just going to refresh your memory just in case you find this is the easiest way for you. Alexa, give me a number between 1 and 180.
Here's a number between 1 and 180. It's 147.
147, great darts. 147. So we need to take 147 away from 501 at the start of the leg. First of all, we need to take away 7 from 1, which we obviously can't do. So we need to borrow a number. If we can't borrow 1 from the 0, it's going to move across to the 5. So we're going to borrow 1 from there. This 5 then becomes a 4. Then add 1 to there, and we borrow 1 from here. So this 1 then becomes 11. This then becomes a 9 because we've taken the 1 away from the 10. So from there, all we've got to do is the maths. 11 take away 7 gives us 4. 9 take away 4 gives us 5. And 4 take away 1 gives us 3. So 147 taken off 501 is 354. Fairly simple stuff. But in a game of darts, when people are throwing quickly, taking numbers from here and there and everywhere can get a little bit confusing. So my way is even easier. Now moving on to the way that I do it. It is slightly easier in my head. It might not sound as easy, but there's a little bit less math to do, moving numbers across and that sort of thing. So this is the way I do it. So we're going to start with 501, start the leg. This time we're going to put a 1 in front of all 3 numbers here. So we've got 11, 10 and 15. Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 180.
Here's a number between 1 and 180. It's 169.
169. Great darts, somehow. 1, 6, 9. So, the only difference to the rule here is, obviously we borrow the numbers already. This time what we're going to do is, when the number here at the top goes below 10, we're going to add a number to the next number across here. So, for example, 11 take 9 is 2. Now we've gone below 10, so we need to add 1 here, so this then becomes a 7. Excuse my handwriting, that's terrible. 10 take away 7 is 3. Again, we've gone below 10, so we're gonna add 1 here, so this then becomes a 2. 15 take away 2 is 13, we just put a 3. Simple. I'm gonna show you again one more time, just so you understand it completely the way that I do it. Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 180.
Here's a number between 1 and 180. It's 83.
83. Steady darts. 8, 3. So, first of all, we've got 11 take away 3, which gives us 8. Now, obviously, we've gone below 10 here, so we're gonna add 1 here, so this 8 becomes a 9. 10 take away 9 is 1. Again, we've gone below 10 here, so we're gonna add 1 on here. 15 take away 1 is 4. So, 501 take away 83 is 418. Simple as that. Just a couple more quick tips for when you are marking a game of darts. So this will be your whiteboard you've got. You'll have a column here to write the scores in, and also 501, which leaves the remaining score for the players to hit. Now, you don't have to, but I always like to write 501 at the top, just so visually in my head, I can see what numbers I'm taking away from where, and which columns. You're gonna put the score that the player scores in here. So say they score 137, 137 in there. In here, we're gonna do the maths one more time. I'll do it quickly for you. So we've got 11 take away 7 is 4, 3 becomes a 4, so that gives us 6, and the 1 becomes a 2, so that gives us 3. So we've got 364, so 501 take 137 is 364. We'll do it again one more time from 364. Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 180.
Here's a number between 1 and 180. It's 140.
140, good darts. So 140, 4 take 0 is 4. 6 take 4 is 2, and 3 take 1 is 2, which leaves us with 2, 2, 4. One more time, that was a bit easy. Alexa, give me a random number between 1 and 180.
Here's a number between 1 and 180. It's 167.
167, great darts. So 167, so 14 take away 7 is 7. 12 take away 7, because we've added 1 on from the other side, gives us 5. And again, carrying on, 0. We don't need to write the 0 there. So 224, take away 167 is 57. Now you've got all the tools you need to do chalking and do it quickly and effectively, quicker than typing it in on your phone. It's going to take a little bit of practice, so as I mentioned earlier, the best way to practice is put the darts on YouTube and just chalk the game by yourself. Start off by chalking one of the players, so you've got a little bit of time, and when you get a bit faster, start chalking both players. To move to an extreme level, go to players that are really, really quick. For example, Rick Evans, Luke Littler, the players that throw really, really quickly. When you then get into that tournament environment by yourself and you've got 2 quick players, you can quickly write it down. As I mentioned earlier again, whatever you do when you're chalking, don't panic. If you start to get behind, you say to the players, sorry lads, I'm a little bit slow, give me a second. And 9 times out of 10, most players are like, yeah, no worries, it's fine. Because most people understand it's not the easiest job in the world, especially if you're fairly new to doing it. Hope you enjoyed this video. Please like, subscribe, all the things you've got to do, and I'll catch you in the next one.